Hello, I'm Connie Gonzalez, Director of Strategy and Community Relations with Brooks. I'm joined by District 3 City Councilwoman Rebecca Viagran. Thank you so much for joining us, Councilwoman.
Hi, glad to be here. Thank you.
And thank you for taking the time again during these very busy, these unfamiliar, and these difficult days that we're faced with. I do want to applaud the nonstop work and decisions that you, our mayor and city council members, have been faced with. This is obviously unlike anything that we have experienced during our lifetime, but I believe that many would agree with me when I say that our local elected officials are the right people during the right time. And so now, just a couple of days ago, Mayor Ron Nierenberg and Judge Nelson Wolf enacted the stay home, work safe orders for the city and Bexar County. Can you explain to us what exactly does that mean?
Yeah, thank you, Connie. What it is, it's a declaration of a public health emergency. Now, this is the fifth public health emergency. And what is different, a little bit different about this one is this orders all individuals living within the city of San Antonio to stay home and only leave to perform allowed activities. All businesses to close and stop operations other than allowing employees to work from home, businesses, security and maintenance, and IT services allowing telecommuting. So, but there are still a lot of things that our individual community can still do. The main purpose of this declaration is to stop and curb the spread of COVID 19 within our community. We need to stop the community spread. So, what we're asking is if individuals need to go out, it's only for essential items like going to the grocery store, if you need to get gas in your car, things that have to do with transportation. If your business is located or characterized as one of our essential businesses.
Okay, so thank you. And so I'm sure these conversations are long and very thought out. And so can you shed some light on what those conversations are like when determining these orders, obviously, not only on behalf of the city, the community, but individuals?
So, how it's, you know, we know that even if in San Antonio, if we put our own restrictions in, we know that it can help San Antonio. But if our county doesn't align with us, and maybe even some major cities within the state of Texas do not align with us, it's still possibility of community spread happening. So that is why it was important that the judge and the mayor, the entire county is now on the same page when it comes to the stay home, work safe order that we have out right now. And they also, the mayor and the judge, were in conversations with the other mayors and county judges and city managers. Our city manager has been working on this a lot as well. They've been in conversation with the other mayors and county judges and city managers of the cities throughout the state of Texas, trying to look in, okay, how can we work together on this? How can we be aligned and show a force that we need to take care of the cities in the state? So that's where a lot of the conversation has been going. I know the mayor has been in conversation with myself and many of my council colleagues almost every single day. We talk multiple times a day with our public health director, as well as our assistant city manager and our city manager, because so much is happening. There's so many questions, and we're trying to be, the main message is, again, stay home so we can curb the community spread of COVID 19. And the city of San Antonio, we have been dealing with this since the end of January, if you really think about it, when we first had the first evacuees come in to Lackland Air Force Base. So we have seen this. We know what's going on. We've been working together with the county, of course, the city, and with our governor, too. So it's a lot of conversations that are taking place, and we're working just around the clock on this.
Okay, so communication is obviously key, and then of course doing our part to help deter the spread. And so you made that appropriate decision to self-quarantine prior to this order due to a recent trip in Washington, D.C. And so thank you for being a good representation of the responsibility that we all have in making this stop spreading. And so how can we best check in on our family members and loved ones given these guidelines?
Yeah, this is the tough part, because I think in San Antonio and of course at Brooks, we always talk about community being there for one another, and we are, but it's just going to be a little bit different now. This way, virtually, online, if we can have conversations online with one another. But we know the reality in certain parts of the city is there is a digital divide, and access to broadband internet isn't there. So really just having phone calls with individuals, making sure that you check in once or twice a day, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, with the individuals in your family, your loved ones, your older family members and your relatives, to check in on them and see how they're doing. I will give it to some San Antonians are fantastic and creative. The teachers doing their own little parade, getting in their cars and driving around in neighborhoods to just let the kids know that they're thinking about them. That's nice. They're keeping their distance. They're staying in their vehicles. They're not interacting. And I think that's important, just to show that lifeline. Another thing that we can do, of course, is people are still allowed to go out and exercise, get some great fresh air, walk your dogs, be out there, go to the Green Line, go to our Mission Reach, as long as you're keeping that social distancing. Because, of course, staying cooped up all day can get to you. So we want to make sure that people can still get out and still have that activity, that physical activity that they need. Grab your bike, go on a bike ride, but please keep your social distancing. That's one of the things that we need to make sure that people understand. And yes, people can still go to the grocery store and buy their food that they need, their essential food. We ask that people do not hoard food and do not panic buy, because the grocery stores are still getting their supplies that they need. So if you went to the grocery store once already this week, you probably don't need to go again until the following week, and you'll be okay. But people can still go to the grocery stores, and we're asking that only one member per household go to the grocery store and pick up the groceries.
All right. And so as you mentioned, again, this order allows for individuals still to make the necessary, I repeat, necessary and essential errands like the doctor's appointments, grocery store, and gas stations. But again, don't hoard, be friendly to your neighbor. They also need toilet paper, milk, eggs, and things like that.
Yes.
So again, a kudos, a round of applause, if you will, for those people that are still continuing to work at those essential businesses like the gas stations. Our local HEB, they're working long and hard and restocking our shelves and whatnot. And so another shout out also to the first responders. The SAPD, our fire department, they don't get to work from home and they don't get to work remotely like we are doing so right now.
Right.
So yes, thank you for them working around the clock. We have Mission Trail Baptist Hospital here at Brooks that are also working around the clock to make sure that, they're staying healthy so that we're staying healthy. And so what other steps can you talk about that the city is taking to ensure that our community remains safe during this time?
Right. I think some other items that we're just making sure that our community reminds one another that if you do have to go out, again, if you do have to go out to work, because some people are still having to go to work, that if you are at work, that your place of business is practicing the CDC recommended policies of social distancing and providing hand sanitizer or sanitizing wipes for your place of work. We're also asking if San Antonians see that there are some businesses that are open that maybe should not be open, that if there are maybe some restaurants that are still allowing people to dine in, that is in violation of our order. So we're asking San Antonians to please call 311 or the non-emergency hotline for the police, 210-207-SAPD, and just report that. What we will do is we will have inspectors go out and make sure that if the restaurants are not complying to our ordinance, or if businesses are not following the proper protocols, that our inspectors will be sure to talk to them and make sure that they do have that they are following the protocols. And if not, if they're in multiple violations, they will be fined. So those are different things that we're also working on to make sure that if we see something and we know it's not right, that we're asking our residents to please call in 311 or 210-207-SAPD and report that, because it's absolutely essential that we keep one another safe and we're looking out for one another. And if people have to go to work, that they are protected when they are at work. It's very important.
Okay, and so we both reside in the best area of town, the South Side, and of course, City Council District 3. And so I've already seen, the support. I think that we can both agree that our small businesses and the businesses, the culture and the pride in this region of San Antonio is very rich. And so talk a little about the support that you've seen, or how our community is stepping up to support those businesses.
I'm so proud of San Antonio, and I'm very proud of the city, but also the South Side, of course. One thing that I'm seeing is definitely people wanting and volunteering. We have so many opportunities to help our senior citizens. I know that Gonzaga Medical Center off of Pleasanton is also looking at doing a produce drive-through for seniors this coming Friday. We also know that a lot of our restaurants are now converting to little bodegas or little grocery stores, because to kind of alleviate all of the congestion that's happening at the grocery stores, they're now turning their restaurants into little markets. And that's helping reach the community in a very, very helpful way. I'm so proud of what's happening with the San Antonio Food Bank and a lot of the partners that are happening. People are going out and volunteering. People are going online and ready and willing to tutor kids if they need tutor help online. So people are making themselves available for that. And I'm just, and people, residents who maybe do not have a small business or a restaurant, are wanting to go out and support local. Everyone is really truly thinking, okay, what can I do to support my local restaurant, my local business? Now that people are staying home so much, what we want them to do is fill out their census forms. And the census is absolutely critical. So you have time, you can go online, or you probably got the form in your mail. We want people to fill out their census forms. And if you feel so inclined, you need a coworker there with your home. The Animal Care Services in San Antonio Pets Alive are fostering dogs right now. So you can just foster them until 2 weeks and then bring them back. But we need to foster some pups too.
Okay, and so per the order, Brooks and your offices are currently closed down. We're working remotely, but again, we continue to work and focus on those important initiatives and goals that we were hoping to reach. And so if Brooks area residents or the community as a whole has any further questions about the stay home, work safe order or city services, what are the best resources for them to obtain answers?
I think the best place for them to go is one of our best resources that we have right now, and that is our online page. We have two great resources. It's sanantonio.gov, and go to the COVID-19 page. At the COVID-19 page, it has tabs on frequently asked questions, what businesses need, and so it has links to dining bond initiatives. It has links to fill out applications for small business loans. It has a tab on the questions that you may have for the declaration, what is and what isn't an exempt business. It has answers to all of that, and new on there today, I believe, or late last night, now that website has a self-screening test for COVID-19. So you can take this test, and it's a self-screening to see if you should go call your doctor or your provider and see if you should get a COVID-19 test. So we already have that set up on there as well. And it's just a great resource. Or if you have questions, you can always call our COVID-19 hotline, 210-207-5779, English and Spanish, ready to help. And I will say, our libraries, our San Antonio libraries are closed. So what our city manager did was redeploy our librarians to serve and work on the hotline as well. So our librarians at the city of San Antonio are fantastic, and they're ready to serve in whatever capacity. But those two are the best resources for you to follow up with.
Perfect.
And you can always follow our social media sites too. With, of course, I think Brooks also on your website, you're having a link there. On all of my social media sites with Facebook and with Twitter, we have all of the recent information up for you to share. We're also sharing information about local businesses that are also setting up bodegas or markets or grocery stores. So you can go find that information on our website too. So that's been very helpful.
Okay, so thank you, Councilwoman Rebecca Viagran, for taking the time to video chat with me and for all you do for our community. Make sure to please stay healthy. In addition to the resources our Councilwoman just mentioned, you can also stay up to date with the latest announcements and resources surrounding the impact of the coronavirus on the Brooks platforms. Visit livebrooks.com, or you can follow or like us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Thank you so much for tuning in. Y'all have a great day.